Before we get started on this comparison, I'd like to say that my book is now available both on paperback and also on ebook. So make sure to go to the link below to purchase it. So today we have the review of the Hit K1. After a full week of testing and very different scenarios, now I have final findings on the device, and I can tell you it is actually really great and it's worth your money if what you're looking for is a QWERTY device and something very simple that has very minimal apps. If that's not the case, then you can look elsewhere at something like the Unihertz devices that still have a QWERTY keyboard, but you can install more apps than that. The device is extremely basic and it does not have a touchscreen. It works with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile from the get-go. They are able to make it work. I don't know what magic they're doing, but they had it certified, so it worked without any issues per my testing. Of course, make sure to look into your area to see if this device is compatible for that. Make sure to double check the bands on my Dumbphone finder and also on their website. But again, it's going to probably be very reliable as it has bands 66, 71, I believe, 12, 2, and 4, which are pretty much everything that it uses. The interface is very snappy and very easy to use. The battery life is about 2 days full usage. And of course, 1 day if you're really trying to kill it. But if you're trying to go further, I will recommend you go to the settings. And after that, wrong place, settings right there. You go to the settings, you go to battery, and then you click the battery saver, which will save you tons of battery and it will dim the screen, do everything that is necessary in order to give you the best experience possible. The typing experience is actually very nice. I've gotten used to it pretty quickly. And here I'm going to write a new message that can show you that you can do it. Hello, my name is Jose. All right, there I did the shift. And then you can shift to change to capital or to a capital followed by a lowercase. Then you have lowercase. And of course, you can also use the numbers right here. And if you press the function key plus a different key, or the shift key rather actually, you also have access to the special symbols. So if you want to type a special symbol, you will do the shift key here at the bottom, and then you will type whatever special symbol it is that you want. It does work with group text messages, although it does not come configured that way. You do have to go to options and then all the way to settings, and then multimedia messages, group messaging, and enable it there. It will work like a charm, no issues as of that. The phone comes in 3 configurations, one without Waze and Gmail, another one with Waze and Gmail, and another one that only does talk. I will recommend checking out their email to make sure that you find a retailer that sells the configuration that you want. Their email is hitphonehelp@gmail.com. If I get it wrong, I'll be writing it here on the screen so that you guys have access to that. The camera is nothing special, but it does get the job done. I believe it is a 5 megapixel camera. You can adjust it here on the menu. So I will show you right there, 5 megapixel, 2 megapixel, 1 megapixel. And boom, you can take a picture and it will look pretty decent. Again, it's not going to be the most amazing camera in the world, but it will get the job done. And of course, if you're trying to send something quick to your friends, family, whatever it is, or even work related, you can send it because it does also have some work applications. Of course, right here, it does have Waze if you get lost. Or if you need extra directions. The reliability of Waze has been very good in my opinion. Of course, this is a very old version of Waze. It's not the most amazing one or the most updated one, but it is very reliable. It relies on Android 8.1 in order to work. And I personally enjoy it. I personally think it's very good. You can type out, you can navigate the UI very easily. So if you want to get to something in particular, you can tap the start key, for example, right here, and you will get access to right there the cursor, which then you can type, for example, Starbucks. Right there, it tells me Starbucks is close by, and it will tell you, hey, do you want to go to Starbucks? 0. whatever miles away, and you can say yes. And again, it has all of the regular Waze functionalities, which I personally think it's a welcome change. Let me put it right here. Go back, and for the start key allows you to move the cursor wherever you need it. The other tool that I'm excited to showcase, it does have an alarm, all the basics, timer, stopwatch. It does have a world clock if you need that. Notes, flashlight utility is very, very basic. It essentially turns on and turns off. And of course, if you want calculator, calendar, very basic, nothing fancy, but it does get the job done. But it does also have Gmail. So if you're somebody that relies on work for Gmail, you can compose messages, and I can show you right here. Harris, they want me to buy their latest whatever shaving stuff. You go all the way down to reply all, forward, and then you can just go into full compose. And I mean, right there, let me go up. Right. I do have my signature, which I think it's making it not get everything. Well, right there, I'm typing. So that is my office number. If you ever want to call, you got it. And right there, I'm composing a message. And you can send it later. Of course, like go all the way to the top. And right there, I will send it to Harry's and say like, hey, I want you to get this or that. Or you may continue on your computer, which I would think is a better ability to use your mail. But if you really need to check your mail for an order, or if you're a business person, or maybe you need to hop on a call or whatever, it does have the ability to do so. And I think it's very good. Again, very pleased with a lot of the things for the device, especially media management. It does have a music player for very basic kind of like, playlists. It doesn't have the ability to do all the playlists and kind of like configure them in a specific way, but you can play all or shuffle all, which is extremely basic functionality. I've been told from the developer that he's going to continue updating things and making them better. So hopefully that is the case. I already have received an update from the developer that allowed me to install Waze and everything. So he's very, very reliable when it comes to communication. So make sure to hit them up at hitphonehelp@gmail.com. You also, another couple of things that you kind of need to keep in mind. This is not using any more Baidu location. It is using Google services. So if you're trying to do a de-Google phone, this is not specifically for that, but it does not have anything that is kind of like of international Play services or international services for location is using Google Play services, which I would think, and I will know that it's more reliable, especially for the things I was trying to do, like Gmail and Waze. That's about it so far per my investigations of the phone. I really, really like the phone. And again, I think it's very good when it comes to the battery life. Of course, right now it's draining a lot because I have the screen in full brightness because of the video, but it does drain very slowly. And I will definitely say 2 days is what the battery life is going to do. When you compare it to other devices, I compare it to the Sunbeam F1 and maybe even to the Light Phone 2. I think it kind of depends whether you really want a keyboard, a physical keyboard, and you don't want any of the other features, or whether you want an experience with like a little bit of a different device, or what your priorities are. As always, make sure to check the Dumbphone Finder and all of the other resources that I have on this channel. And if you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices, make sure to put it in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.